Well, how about this? Let's check out page 367. Someday my prince will come. Actually, you know what? Let's try. Here's a nice little practice thing you can do. Let's try using that voicing more or less over every chord. So our voice leading will not be good, but we'll get really. Maybe we'll learn some new things, and then we'll explore how to improve on it. But so B flat major 7. So what you were just doing was a major triad, right, with the 7th as the bass, right? And this is a B flat major 7. So if we had our B flat, it'd be the 6th fret of the low E, and the major 7 is just down 1 fret. So we have this. No, I'm just doing a major triad. So it'll be 8, 7, 6 on the D, G, and B string. And then I've got the A, you know. You could do an open A, but let's not do that just because we want to get used to the shape. But anyway, yeah. So like if someone just plays, that's a to an ear that's not prepared, that's pretty harsh. Yeah, exactly. Which was the point of that shape to begin with, remember? Like what we were doing before was trying to avoid repeating, like, redundant notes. But this happens to be B flat with a major 7. Alright, so if we try to do D7, sharp 5, well, let's skip the sharp 5 first and just do D7. So we're going to move this up to D, and there's a D triad. And then we'll drop that root down to the flat 7. There you go, yeah. But it's a sharp 5, so if we want to, we don't have to sharp the 5, but if we want to, then we're going to have to move this note, the B string, up a fret. So this is tricky. How I'm doing it is I'm using pinky, middle, and ring on those notes. Now, there's an easier way we could do this, I'm sure. Oh yeah, this would be way easier. But let's go ahead and try to tough out the difficult version first, because we're gonna try to get used to using the same shape, basically, is what we're really doing. And then altering it wherever necessary. Alright, next we got E flat major 7, so we'll do our E flat major triad. And then we're gonna drop the root. The bass, rather, from the root to the major 7. Cool. Then we're going to have G7 sharp 5. So let's go ahead and go up to G. Drop the bass from the root down to the flat 7. And then it says sharp 5. So we're going to do that same really like wonky feeling shape that we just talked about. Yeah. Okay. So far what we have is this. It's tricky. Then if we wanted to continue this going upward, we'd have C minor. But let's drop it down an octave just because that's getting a little ridiculous. So if we did remember what we've been doing before is major triads. This is a minor triad, so that's what we have to change. Go ahead and we'll start with the C major triad. Cool. Now we got to make it minor though, so we have to flat the G string. And And now we don't need this root twice, which is the point of our whole shape to begin with. So we're going to take our bass and move it from the root down to the flat 7. And there we have the C minor version of our shape. Yeah. And then we got G, so we can do this again, which is the same thing we did up here for G7, sharp 5, except I'm just doing it down here now. That's a nice voicing. And then after that, we've got C7. So we can just, we'll just go up to our C. And then move the bass, that's the root, down to the 7. This is the shape that started it all. And then we have F7, same thing. And you start with your triad. So you put your triad on the F. And then we need the flat 7. Yeah. And then we have D minor 7. So we have to do that minor shape. Except it's from it's for a D chord instead of a C chord now. All right. Next we have a C sharp diminished. We'll just do an ordinary diminished. Are you familiar with diminished? Yeah, I remember that. I was actually editing a clip recently, and it's like, oh yeah. Well, what we had before was this C sharp diminished. Yeah. But now let's actually look at the E string version. So it's going to start on the, this is a diminished 7. It's going to start on the 9th fret of the E string. Then we're going to skip the A string and play the 8th fret of the D string. Yeah, I think you may have missed one though. So it's going to be 9th fret of the E, 8th fret of the D, 9th fret of the G, 8th fret of the B. Yep. And then we have a C minor, so we'll just use that shape that we're working on. Yeah. So D, so that those 3 chords I'm going to repeat. That was interesting. D minor, C sharp diminished, C minor. Cool. Then we have F7. So we play, which is the chord that started it all for us here. And then it repeats that all happens again. That's tricky. And then, which is the beginning.